Backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Now, here is your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
What is up? Welcome into a little Sports 56 happy hour. I am your good buddy, Johnny Radio. My good buddy's Gabe Kuhn. He's in the house. We got you all day long, all day strong. We got Gabe's brother, Alex Kuhn, at 1:30. We'll talk football, Big Ten, brotherly love, and probably have wild speculation.
This will be Alex's last day on happy hour. We're stealing him from you.
Thief.
Are you mad at me? A little bit, tad bit.
Nah, because Panic's tonight.
You can't be in a bad mood.
Got other things on my mind.
Okay,
man.
if there was one song a absolute must play tonight.
Must play.
A must play.
You already mentioned Going Out West, and I love that because Cole's out here. But man, I love Blue Indian. I love Ribs and Whiskey. I would love to hear Ribs and Whiskey in the Mid-South. Like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? Ribs and whiskey make my body feel good. Where else is Ribs and Whiskey more, like, loved than Memphis, Tennessee? So I want to hear Ribs and Whiskey. They have to play that tonight. Mempho Fest is going on. Panic's going down tonight. Gabe is babysitting me tonight. I'm putting you in charge, sir. Make sure I get back on Monday for our new times. 11 to 1. So I'm moving from 1 to 3 to 11 to 1. What do you think the hardest thing is going to be for me to adjust?
11's fine, man. You should be. Hey, never mind. I shouldn't put anything past you, but you should be able to make it in here for 11 to 1.
I think I will. I think I will. I think
I
will.
Right.
A little engine that could, baby. I'm going to do this. But no, we got a great new lineup. We're going to have, Greg and Eli are going from 7 to 10. We got a solo hour with Wolo, baby, from 10 to 11. We got we got 11 to 1. That's me. Sorry. I'm so used to saying 1 to 3. 11 to 1, it's happy hour. We're just going to get crunk in the afternoon in Memphis up in here. You know what I'm saying? For all those people who are like, you know what? Why wait till noon? We're getting happy hour at 11 o'clock in the morning. Till 1 o'clock, you got that. Plus, you got grind time. Heard Anthony saying and Peter talking about their new move to 1 to 3. You know, Anthony came over and was bragging this morning. Like, waking me up going, hey, you have to be at work next Monday at this time, dude. I was like, man, come on, Holmes. It's my last day to sleep in. But no, you're going to have Anthony and Peter in grind time from 1 to 3. And, of course, Gabe's new slot, Gabe and Stats. Or, you know what I was thinking about? Did y'all see y'all's picture?
Yes.
Bigs and tiny.
Bigs and tiny.
Because, dude, you already look so, you make me look small. But, I'm just saying, you and Brett.
I think I'm going to go out there. I don't think I'm going out on a limb. I think I'm the biggest guy in Memphis sports radio. And I don't think it's really close.
Well, you know what? I just hate to say this. Your new intro song should be 8-Ball MJG, Mr. Big.
Why?
Because you're the biggest dude in radio.
Man.
I don't know if we can clean up Mr. Big, though.
No, yeah. a lot of bleeps and smudges.
All you would hear is like, bleep, 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 bleep. Yeah, bleep, 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 Mr. Big. But no, we got a beautiful new lineup starting next week, but we're always going to have all the old, the states, everybody's going to be here. Just changing a little time, changing a little format. Plus, we always have you covered in the NFL. Last night, we had Jags at the Bengals. Gabe, I hope you listened to me last night. I said it's hard to bet on a bad team. But in this spot on a Thursday night, I still can't lay the Bengals -7.5. So I said, sit at home, cook your girlfriend some dinner, give her a foot massage, do some laundry, because they're going to be partying all week, watching all kinds of sports. We've got Ole Miss, Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia. NFL week is crazy. You got right now the Chiefs at the Eagles here at noon, Seahawks, 49ers at 3, Bucks at the Patriots as Tom Brady returns, 7 o'clock on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
And if you took my advice on Thursday Night Football, we'll talk about it in the leadoff. If you took my advice, Johnny, what did I say? Under was in play.
Can I tell you a secret?
Under by 1. It was 46.
That was yesterday.
We got to 45.
It's in the past.
You pat yourself on the back for plenty of things you say, Dave.
I remember more like 20% of what I remember, and then I come on the radio and talk about that 20%. Now I remember like 2% of what you say, but 20% of what I say, it gives us a good 2 hours every day. And again, we got gambling situations. Lee Sterling at 2:00, Paramount Sports. Lee is hot. If you want some big bets this weekend, if you want to rock, if you want to fire, Lee Sterling's your guy at Paramount Sports. 2:00, we're going to give you out some free picks from him. We'll talk about his game of the week, how you can get the bonus package, all kinds of things. Everybody loves a bonus package, don't they, Gabe?
Always.
Dave, that's what I'm screaming.
Love them some bonus packages.
Lee Sterling, 2:00. Alex Kuhn, 1:30. Hardenwood at 2:30. Did you know we got some Mike Tyson and Logan Paul news?
I could assume that. I mean, they're always in the news.
Also,
Does it have to do with his podcast?
No, it doesn't have to do with this podcast.
Okay.
Well, I mean, did he say it on the podcast?
I don't know.
Listen to the
I don't know. Hot boxing.
Yeah, I know.
I thought I got you into it.
I was into it, but I've kind of switched over to a new podcast.
Which one?
Man, if I told you, you're going to think I'm a lunatic.
Well, I mean, how much more of a...
It's like this crazy private investigator murder series.
So you're into the murder podcast.
It's the first time I've ever done it when I got on the flight.
You ever seen Only Murders in the Building? Steve Martin, new show. Yeah.
I got to check it out.
You might need to get into it, man.
Dude, I got on American Airlines, went down to Miami. Next thing you know, I'm like sitting here with ear pods listening to murders, walking down the street. I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm losing my mind. But we're going to talk about his podcast, Logan Paul, Mike Tyson. Plus, do you know this, like the Super Bowl halftime?
Yes, I do.
You know how they usually go very like conservative until like that one time they had Michael Jackson catch on fire?
Hold up. I mean, they've been trying to transition it to younger
Super Bowl
folks.
halftime show with like the magic cards and stuff running around?
But they've transitioned it to younger folks.
Well, they still I think we're a little reserved.
So we got Snoop, Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that?
Because, man, that thing.
Eminem, and then Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. Let me tell you a secret.
Kendrick Lamar, youngest of the bunch.
Let me tell you a little secret. There's going to be more biscotti, wedding cake, dressing. I don't know if you've had that one.
Hey, buddy. It's in L.A. It's in L.A. They had to get, of the five, three of them are from that area.
Now, I'm kind of wondering, which ones are really health freaks and do like the dabs from the new pins? Have you seen the new dab machines? Instead of having
the dab machines.
Like instead of being in like the whole torch, they now have these dab pins.
Like pins.
Yes.
Yeah.
They hit like a train.
Oh, how would you know?
Because I'm doing a happy hour show, okay? Let's get happy. No, they're amazing. So there's all kinds of things that are amazing, but Miami is not amazing. Wow. Another loss to Miami. Another missed field goal.
Why did Manny Diaz just like leave all of his timeouts in his pocket and didn't even try to get a touchdown in that situation?
I guess
and he has a freshman kicker?
Yeah, he didn't think he was going to get the doink.
So 30-28, Virginia pulled it out.
The doink. And by the way, Virginia dominated that first like half.
Did you see the touchdown catch?
Oh my gosh! Laying on his back. How
did he catch
that?
It was an interception, an incompletion, and a touchdown catch.
I
all
still
in
don't
one
know
play.
how that.
It was wild.
I've watched the replay
bounced
like
off his
15
back.
times,
He rolled over, and it bounced in the air, and he caught it. It's impressive.
Yeah, it was very, very impressive. Speaking of impressive, Gabe, have you ever done a shoey?
No, I have not.
Do you know what one is?
Yes, you pour a beer.
No. This is Hardenwood. I got some shoey information.
Has to do with a beer.
Or champagne.
Who won the main? Alexander Volkanovski. He's from Australia.
Yes.
And
the fight.
He won the championship fight.
He was at the football game last week
for the UFC last weekend, and he did a bunch of shoeys.
Yes, he did. Well, for some reason, I think Dusty Baker was watching that because we're going to talk about Dusty Baker.
Dusty got a shoey in.
First coach taking 5 teams to a division title. No, he's never won a World Series. Has been in one. We remember, basically, I think it was it J.T. Snow or Buster Posey who saved his kid, pulling him back. It's got to be Snow. Posey ain't been in the league that long. Never mind.
We always talk about how Dusty's old school, but he's getting involved in shoeys.
Dude, it is a hardcore.
Shout
Plus,
out.
I'm going to take you back to the very first shoey that was ever done, 1902. Looked some stuff up, found out some history, where the first shoey came from, and I will tell you this. Good things do come out of brothels. Good things do come out of brothels. 1902. Thank you, Prince Henry. We'll talk about that and so much more, but we got to get to the leadoff. Before we get to lead off, I have to tell you who gives you the whole first hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour with your buddy Johnny Radio. That'd be my friend, Chad Gatlin. MemphisFarmers.com to get your fast quote. Check him out. Look him up. See what he can all do for you. Take care of your auto, home, life, business, everything in between. Traveler's insurance. Do they have concert insurance? That'd probably be a good thing. I think we just came up with a genius idea. Because have you ever, after a concert, like lost your car, like lost your mind, anything like that? Woke up in a different state? No, never. Are you sure?
No, not me. Not me.
Man, I feel like I've reached the pinnacle of the mountain.
You woke up in a different country, right?
I did, yes. That was bad. We were right there. I mean, I was in San Diego. Like, waking up in Mexico is not that hard to imagine, especially where the night does take you. But anyway, insurance. I think that we need to call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 to tell him to check out this concert insurance that I'm talking about. It's going to be very expensive. Might save a lot of people money, but that's the thing he does. He saves you money. Policy perks. You bundle your auto, your home, your life. You can save up to 40% on your auto insurance. Plus, they have accident forgiveness. You go 3 years without having an accident. Next time you have one, it's like, don't even worry about it. We love you. We'll take care of your claim, because that's what they do best, is take care of your claim. So in your time of need, call Chad Gatlin, 901-235-1176, or get your fast quote today at MemphisFarmers.com. Gabe, I'm in that box.
I have a question on the text line from my buddy Trevor. He asked, do you know every word to the song Disco by Widespread Panic? Trev says he will be in attendance as well.
Tell Trev that we can have a sing-off tonight. We'll be like the Masked Singers together if they play it.
But you won't be masked.
No, we won't. But you know what? Your face will probably be melting.
Did you ever, by the way, replace your COVID vax card?
Oh, I did. It
was
nice. So easy.
Really? You just called in?
Dude, no, I just actually went up there and was like, yo. Tried to give them a whole backstory.
I know that it says do not throw away.
Yes. But hey, and I was like, can you do me a solid? And the lady just kind of looked at me. She let me talk for 5 minutes. And then she's like,
you can do that.
She's like, yeah. Yes, she just let me go.
You tend to do that.
I told her the whole backstory. I was like, I got the shots right here in this part of my arm. Oh, well. But yes, I'm good.
I'm glad. But Thursday Night Football was last night. Jags at Bengals. Bengals pull it out behind an Evan McPherson, rookie, by the way, from Florida, field goal, 24-21. Joe Burrow, fantastic in this game. 25 for 32, 348, 2 TDs. Trevor Lawrence on the other side, 17 for 24, 204. Did not make a mistake as far as throwing an interception like he had first few weeks, but he had a rushing TD to add to that. And also, by the way, prayers out to DJ Chark. That looked really bad. Looked like he snapped his ankle, and
I
came back.
Thought you were going to talk about the dudes who lost his jock when Trevor Lawrence did a little wiggle and wag.
DJ Chark Jr., of course, for the Jags, one of their wide receivers, very young, good wide receiver.
Out of LSU.
Looks like he broke his ankle last night, so prayers out to him. But what were your takeaways from Thursday Night Football?
My first takeaway is, if you have the crash pad, like the NFL, you need to follow Urban Meyer after losses. Because that dude is going to kill over. He's not going to make it. He can't handle the losing of the National Football League. He just can't do it. I'm sorry. I feel bad for him. And the Jaguars, as he said last night, he loves his guys. He knows they're a good football team. He doesn't even know how they lost the game. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't understand it. Well, dude, did you look at the history of the Jaguars? Did you see, not since like Fred Taylor, not since like old Brunell. It's just thinking about the Jaguar, Jake Delhomme. No, that was Carolina. Anyway, point is, they're not very good. They don't have a history. Their history is losing and having first-round picks and first overall picks. And you got Trevor Lawrence, and he did some juking last night. But Urban Meyer, you're going to have to either take over the Bucs and ask Bruce Arians to move down to Jacksonville, or you're going to be miserable. Because the Bucs are going to win some football games. But guess what? In Florida, Jacksonville and Miami both stink. So deal with that. Good luck, Urban. So that's one thing. But then Cincinnati at 3-1. Right now, they're at the top of the AFC North. What in the heck is going on? I thought they had a horrible line. They aren't going to be able to protect Joe Burrow. Getting chased was stupid because Burrow won't be up long enough to throw him the football. Well, they've beaten the Vikings. They've beaten the Steelers. They took care of the Jaguars, which ain't much. But here's the thing that has me just so confused. How the hell did you lose to the Bears? Like, who is Cincinnati? Beating the Steelers after week 1 you would have thought was amazing because they beat the Bills. But the Steelers and Big Ben look old. Cincinnati looks so pedestrian. But you know who looks really good in that division? And it's not Baltimore. Lamar Jackson looks great. The Browns look like the most complete team in the AFC North, period. And I hate to say it, it's really not even close. Because with all the deficiencies that Baltimore has, they're not going to make it. With all the things that the Browns do have, they're going to be really, really good. And if the Bengals and the Ravens are fighting for second, Browns are just coasting to first. And by the way, the Steelers aren't going to get to 8 wins this season. So those are some of my takeaways from last night. But this is what I'm going to ask you. Would you take Joe Burrow playing against the Packers next week? I know I'm not.
I don't know about that.
They play the Ravens in 3 weeks. Actually, I think the Bengals, who have looked better in the AFC North, I think the way Lamar Jackson's running the football and looking like Superman, and he came to practice yesterday because he was a little banged up. He was at practice yesterday. He's going to play. I'm not taking the Bengals. They got the Browns. They got the Raiders. They got the Chargers. They got the 49ers, the Broncos. They got the Chiefs. They got the Browns. The Bengals might not win many more football games. They're lucky they play the Jets. Like, this might be the pinnacle of their season at 3-1.
But at the same time, if Joe Burrow can't turn around that franchise, I don't think any quarterback can, to be completely honest with you. He looks fantastic.
Is telling you right
now. And behind a terrible O-line, he's running at times. He can escape very well. Like, shout out Joe Burrow, because what he did last night showed me that he's on the precipice of being a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence, on the other side, I thought made some decent plays, especially running the ball. I saw people calling him what made me laugh last night. It just shows you that I don't know how many people watch Trevor Lawrence for some reason.
That was athletic.
But they were calling him deceptively athletic last night because he was tall. And I'm like, have you watched him play? He's athletic.
His
he's
40 was the exact same 40 as Justin Fields. I want
he
y'all
can
to
run.
remember that.
He's a good player.
They have the
athletic as hell.
exact same 40. Now, last but not least, do you remember Ickey Woods?
Yeah.
Do you think if they got like a Ickey shuffle or some kind of moves for somebody, like the Jamar Chase, like dance, the Burrow booty, I don't know. Like, what is going to get Cincinnati off the mat like a dance?
They need to get a better O-line. I think defensively, they're okay. They can stick in games.
Anthony Munoz ain't walking out that
No,
door.
he's not. He sure isn't, man. But they need to get a better O-line, and I think that team can really, really compete in that division. The other thing, though, from a player perspective, I'm going to leave it at this with Urban Meyer. He's got to stop with the bad body language. That does not send the right message to your team, I can tell you from experience. If I saw one of my coaches give that type of body language, it does not send the message you want to send. So Urban's got to fix that, man.
Whose blood pressure is higher off after a loss, Dan Campbell or Urban Meyer?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
I think
Dan Campbell's blood pressure is always high, brother.
You're probably right.
That man drinks 2 venti coffees before he gets into work. But let's go ahead and move on. This weekend we have a really good slate. But what are your favorite games from the NFL slate this weekend?
My favorite games from the NFL slate to watch or to bet on are 2 different questions. Like, I'm going to be fired up to watch the Panthers and the Cowboys. I know that sounds crazy, but the Panthers are 3-0, man. Sam Darnold, Matt Rule is right now coach of the year in football. They are undefeated, but they're going to go play this guy who's like a surgeon, and we call him Dak. Like, did you ever see that movie, by the way, Dexter?
I believe. Is there a movie? I thought it was
a show.
Series,
whatever,
yeah.
dude. Same difference. TV.
Okay.
Dak is like...
I'll let you be wrong. It's okay.
Whatever. Dak is amazing, dude. He is like Dexter precision. Like, dude, he does not miss. He keeps everything clean. He keeps a clean pocket because he gets the ball out of his hand faster right now than anybody in the NFL. He has the highest quarterback rating against the blitz in the National Football League. Dak Prescott also knows when the offensive line has an advantage, and he hands it to the beast, Zeke, or he gets Tony Pollard in the action. Right now, that offense is as good, in my opinion, as anybody in the NFL. Right now, Dan Quinn's got him forcing a bunch of turnovers. Can you get Sam Darnold to to start playing like Sam Darnold of New York? Can Dan Quinn and the Cowboys force some turnovers? And can this Cowboy team end up moving over to 3-1 with the only loss on the first game of the year on the road to the Bucs? It'd be a crazy story for Big D and America's team. That's the game I'm looking at is in a like, are the Panthers for real? And is Dallas's defense for real? Because I believe 100% in that Dallas Cowboys offense.
And honestly, the primetime games, Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football, are going to be fantastic. Bucs at Patriots. I don't know if the game will be all that fantastic because I think the Bucs are a way better team. I don't know if Mac Jones has a chance to be able to thrive and succeed against that Bucs defense. But it is Tom Brady returning to New England, so there's no question about that. And then Monday.
No. You're not going to go to Raiders Chargers right now. Tom Brady, the only reason this game is interesting is because Tom Brady's going back to New England.
Yes.
Because the Bucs, and yes, I know their secondary is going to struggle because did you know Richard Sherman is now going to have to be activated because they lost their slot and their nickel corner?
Yes, he's activated.
So
we'll probably get some playing time.
He's going to get some playing time. But this is what I'm saying. Tom Brady, 6 touchdowns. 500 yards.
But here's the thing.
All over Bill Belichick's
I have
face.
to say this. When you count out Bill Belichick, when you say that they have no chance. I remember a game last year where Brian Hoyer was starting against the Chiefs. They stuck in the game till the fourth quarter. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up that way, but I also would not be surprised if it's the other pole and Tom Brady's out for the entire fourth quarter because the Bucs are slaughtering them.
And Ndamukong Suh is going to pile drive Mac Jones. Brady will be victorious. Don't care about that game. But you know the game that I think is going to be the best game on the whole slate? Cardinals-Rams. Dude, I want to see what Kyler Murray can do against this Rams defense with Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. And I want to see what Matt Stafford and Sean McVay can do against, I think, the best linebacking core in all of football. Plus, you got Budda Baker back there. Like, both teams have great defenses. Both teams have special quarterbacks. 3:05 is going down in SoFi Stadium out in California. Rams, Cardinals. That, to me, is by far the best game of the entire weekend. I'm fired up to see that one. If Matt Stafford and Sean McVay keep this going against that Arizona Cardinals defense, it's going to be awesome. And the Cardinals, they can score against the Rams, out of control. But I would tell you one thing that I'm looking at as a gambler. Under 55. Everybody thinks it's going to be fireworks, man. The Cardinals got the best linebacking core in football. They got Budda Baker also in the secondary. Plus, they get to the quarterback. The Rams have Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. They don't play no games. This is, I think, a game that's going to go under. But which quarterback comes out on top, it's going to say a lot of who becomes out the MVP front runner right now this season.
Now, to college football. 2 SEC games that I think have a lot of intrigue. Ole Miss traveling to Bama. Ole Miss 12, Alabama 1. Arkansas traveling to Georgia. Arkansas 8, Georgia 2. Which one are you more interested in?
You know what? I'm interested in both games, and that's a very cop-out answer, but I'm interested in different reasons. One, I realistically want to see how Nick Saban, Alabama, handle the pressure. And what I mean by that is, don't you feel like Ole Miss, yes, they have the Heisman favorite. No quarterback that's ever coached under Nick Saban has beaten Saban. They're going down to Tuscaloosa. They're on the road. They say their defense isn't good enough. Bama's going to score 60 like they did last year. Well, not so fast, my friend. I feel like you're going to see a very relaxed, very loose, flying around the football Ole Miss team, and I want to see how Bama handles a little bit of pressure. The flip side is I want either Ole Miss or Arkansas to one of the two teams to keep a close match. Because what I'm saying here is, do you know who plays each other next week? Arkansas and Ole Miss. So we can actually kind of get a measuring stick on how good Georgia, how good Alabama really are. And that's what I'm kind of excited. But, man, I think all eyes got to be on the fireworks because it's going to be a defensive game over with Arkansas and Georgia. A lot of running the football. It's going to be straight fireworks down in Tuscaloosa. Ole Miss, Alabama, I can't wait. Alex Kuhn next, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
Well, you gotta have an opinion.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The big hurt, right?
Oh, yeah, this is a legit product. The key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text TAP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix samples are not available in stores, so text TAP to 321-321 right now. Text TAP to 321-321. That's TAP to 321-321.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you are treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pin, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend, Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
Big Pop invites you to the Batesville Gun Show this weekend, Saturday, October the 2nd. Show hours will be from 9 to 5 Saturday. Sunday, October the 3rd, show hours will be from 10 to 5. There'll be plenty of buying, selling, trading, all kinds of gun stuff to see, free parking, hourly door prices, concession stand available. And this fall, we're adding football on the big screen to see. All federal, state, and local laws must apply. I-55, exit 243 at the Batesville Civic Center. See y'all this weekend at the big superstore of guns to see.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. It's on a Friday. It's on a Mempho Fest Friday, by the way. Gabe, did you ever take your brother to a Widespread Panic show?
I've never been to one. This will be my first one.
Oh, my goodness. So you've never babysat anybody at
No,
a Widespread Panic
I have
show?
not. I don't know if Alex is a big Widespread guy.
Alex, bring him on, man. I want to talk to Alex real quick. Alex, tell me a little something, man. You a spread head?
I can't say that I am.
Do you even know like a single song by Widespread? Probably
I do not.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do not.
if
Sorry,
you
damn, I don't mean to disappoint you guys.
No, you're good, man.
It's okay,
You're
man.
good.
Not everybody likes the smell of patchouli and dirty hippies. You know what I'm saying?
And by the way, Al, Trev talked me into it. Going with Trev.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
He
Fair enough.
told me I had to. It was a necessity.
He made you.
Yes, basically.
I'll tell you,
It
it's
was
a
a
Gave me a free ticket, so I'm not. You know what I mean.
See,
Yeah,
when
you
I
gotta
was
do your
Gabe,
homework before you go.
oh no, he's gonna have the best time. When I was a Gabe's age, a young wee lad,
When I was a Gabe's age.
I used to take the train down to New Orleans and go to UNO Lake Runarita to watch Panic for like Halloween every year. They play a few nights.
And out in California.
And
You
you
were out
had
west
to. Oh,
too
yeah,
with
I've
it,
done
right?
that. I've done,
Oh.
man, I saw
so
it in France at the summer solstice.
So Johnny, what you're saying is they've been around for a little bit.
Oh yeah, they're old people like me. They are.
Oh no. I wouldn't
One of my
say-
favorite
John,
songs
you're-
is
you're-
"Can't Get
You're
High."
young and spry.
Thank you. There's a song for you. If you just want to think of something, think of Johnny and be like, "Can't Get High." And there you go. You know a Widespread Panic song. But anyway, tonight's
I'll
going
have to look after this.
So how are you though?
I
Like
bet-
we probably
yeah, it's our last time that I ever.
we
get to
probably
talk
should
to
have
you, I
asked
was
that
told.
off top.
No, I mean I'm good. I'm good. It's another Friday, and Iowa plays tonight. Memphis plays tomorrow. Things could be worse.
You know what? I was playing Maryland. Maryland's undefeated. Why is Iowa, who actually looks talented, only a 3-point favorite? Are you worried about your Iowa Hawkeyes tonight? Is this a slip-up spot? Is Tagovailoa
off-
going to do it?
Look, the reason that they're only a 3-point favorite in this game is their offense. It really has done absolutely nothing this season, and people are looking at what Talia Tagovailoa has done this year, and he's thrown for 270-plus yards in every game. So the question for Kirk Ferentz and for the Iowa staff is what happens if a team gets you into a back-and-forth affair. Maybe not a shootout. I'm not convinced that we're going to see any 44 to 41 games this season. But if a team gets to 24 points, 28 points, can your offense, without your defense putting you in short fields, scoring touchdowns on their own, produce enough points to beat a team that puts up points of their own? Now, the question that I have is, can Maryland realistically do against this Iowa defense?
Right.
This Iowa defense, I'm telling you guys, really, really good. They're going to do everything that they can to take away the running game, to make Talia Tagovailoa earn it on checking down 10-play drives. And does he have enough discipline, but also can he do it without a running game? That's the big question that I have for tonight's game, and why I get why people think Maryland could win this game. I want to see how they fare against this defense. They have not faced a defense with this amount of physicality and talent all season long. Not even close.
So bizarre year in the Big Ten. Ohio State losing an early one to Oregon at home. That never happens. Wisconsin looked like complete garbage last week at Soldier Field, and Graham Mertz, who I actually believed in when he started at Wisconsin, looks terrible. Who else? Michigan looks solid, but I don't know how good offensively they are. Cade McNamara as their quarterback, I'm just not sold. It's very similar to that Iowa team. But Iowa is the highest-ranked Big Ten football team at number 5 right now. And last week,
Man,
when I
Penn
asked
State?
Penn State, what
Aren't
are
they 4?
Is Penn State 4?
I just love correcting you.
Is Penn State 4?
Very similar.
Is Penn State 4?
I think they are, dude. Maybe not.
I
could
you know
be
what?
wrong.
See, now if you're
if we're
correcting me, if
gambling-
you're wrong,
If we're gambling, I'm taking you.
Okay, Penn State is 4, yes, in the AP
Ooh.
poll. There you go.
I got to have more faith in myself.
Well,
but
there you go.
I
Good
asked
job,
you.
Johnny.
I asked you this question, and the phone hung up. We had some issues with the technology last week. But if I'm asking you the question, is Iowa the best team in the Big Ten? What's your answer?
You're asking me if you think they have a chance to win the Big Ten championship and
Yes.
get to a college football playoff,
Yes.
basically?
Basically.
I'm just not there yet. You've got to score points. You can't rely on your defense to score you points to be a championship team at any level. This is what we saw years ago with the Chicago Bears under Lovie Smith. This is what we saw for years with Marty Schottenheimer in Kansas City. You can win a lot of games with your defense, especially in the Big Ten. But Gabe, you asked me a question the other night that kind of got me thinking. Can Iowa get into a back and forth with an Ohio State where they have to put up points? Where you think pregame they got to score 30-plus points. I'm not there yet with their offense because they have not only has the quarterback position struggled, but they have not been able to run the ball either. They rushed for 1.7 yards per carry against Colorado State last week. So before I'm ready to crown them or say that they have a chance to win the Big Ten, I got to see some offense, guys.
Now, are you saying basically though you still believe in the Big Ten and just maybe not Iowa? Because I look at how bad the ACC is right now. I look at how bad the Big 12 is right now. You know, Oklahoma, yeah, they're 4-0, but they look trash. Like, they look horrible. We saw Texas get rolled by Arkansas. Big 12 is nasty. Tell me a team in the ACC that is worth a damn. And don't say Wake Forest.
They're the last hope.
Like, I was watching a ESPN program yesterday, and it was a betting program, and they're like, all right, who are some of the teams that you think maybe have a chance that are at that you could get some good odds to win the ACC championship? And people were pointing out our friend Justin Fuentes, Virginia Tech Hokies. People were pointing out Wake Forest. That conference is not good.
I call it trash.
It's terrible.
And yeah, like we're gonna say, oh well, Clemson could get back in this, and DJU has all this talent. And I haven't seen the production yet, and I worry about him. I'm not sure that the mobility is there. I think he's kind of he's seeing ghosts out there. But I think they're done. I think the Big Ten or the ACC is done as far as the college football playoff is concerned, and the Big 12 right now, with the way that Oklahoma looks, doesn't look like they're in a heck of a lot. Oklahoma's going to lose a game or two with the way they've been playing, no question.
The ACC's cooked, man. I mean, as soon as Clemson lost 2, you just knew it was completely over with. And even in that loss against Georgia, I know Georgia's defense is unbelievable, but you couldn't even move the ball a bit. You got sacked 9 times, DJU did. I think he lost a lot of confidence in that game. But we had Paul Feinbaum come out this week and say the Dabo dynasty is over. What do you think about that thought?
Can we please stop playing credence to the constant SEC propaganda that Paul Feinbaum puts out there? Like,
I'm just asking.
Didn't people say this after Nick Saban lost to Trevor Lawrence his freshman year? Oh, Alabama, is their dynasty in trouble? Has Clemson taken over? Oh my goodness, has Nick Saban lost his touch? Give me a break. Like, come 1 year out of the college football playoff, they're starting a completely different quarterback, and we're ready to say that their whatever dynasty that they had, or their run of being at the top of the ACC is done. Are you kidding me?
All right,
Johnny's there.
Hold on.
Johnny's there.
I'm going to defend myself.
Johnny's got to defend himself.
Hold on,
now.
I'm going to defend myself. Dabo Swinney, number one, he has the highest paid offensive coordinator, Mr. Elliott, in the country. Yeah. The highest paid defensive coordinator in the country. By the way, have you listened to his press conferences? It's always about Dabo. Asked yesterday in his press conference, he's like, I just want you to know, I talk to a lot of people every day for advice. People call me every day, they want advice. But guess what? I don't need to get advice because I know what's wrong with this football team, and I'm going to fix it. Because he's just, hey, I want you to know I got tons of friends. He runs down the hill before all of his players, so all eyes are on
And you do have to
Dabo.
give some credence to the fact that he was he was rejecting NIL and the transfer portal. He is just lost in the transfer portal, while Alabama, Ohio State, all these other
Embraced
teams
it.
embraced the hell out of it. So I think there's some credence there. I'm not there on the Paul Feinbaum thing. I think Johnny's pretty close.
Yeah.
But I do think there's certain thoughts around what Paul Feinbaum said that deserve some thought.
I do. I agree with that. But I think, Johnny, the point that you're making about him is correct. Like he's
a megalomaniac. He's pompous.
He's full of crap. He's full of crap.
Yes.
If you think that program is the result of Dabo's genius and Dabo's genius only, you're not really paying attention. He has enough guys around him where he's kept Tony Elliott around for years and years and years. And he's kept Brent Venables around for years and years and years. He said, we will pay you as much money as it takes to keep you around because I know I can't do this on my own. So while he's to the media saying all of these things behind the scenes, he has people who know what they're doing. And that's why I'm not yet. If we see a huge dip in recruiting, then maybe. But right now they're in a terrible conference, and they still recruit extraordinarily well. But I do see what you're saying. If Georgia and Ohio State, they continue to keep going at this rate, will they fall off? Maybe a little bit. But that conference is so bad that I don't know if it's going to make enough of a difference right away to really take away from that program.
And I feel everything that you're saying, but I just want to also point this out today. This came out today, like about 10 o'clock this morning. Dabo also detailed with a couple reporters, one from Sports Illustrated, which I didn't even know they had a website, but I found it today, where he was saying, people just don't know how much this name, image, likeness is affecting the locker room. And I know all the teams around the country have to deal with it, but, my guys are higher profile. We have to deal with a little bit more here in Clemson, but we got great guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a megalomaniac. He's a person obsessed with his own deadgum power. And I just don't know if that's going to, is going to be
the new age.
The new age here come 2025. You know what I mean?
So you know what? Like, you bring a compelling argument, Johnny. I will say that because
it's a Friday.
That type of talk right there that he's bringing forth is no, I'm not going to change. I'm going to complain.
Right.
That's not. Our guys are more high profile. You mean than Bryce Young, who got a 7-figure contract before he even stepped on campus, or Quinn Ewers, who left school a year early to get a 7-figure contract? Get out of here! Like, I'm with you. I think that the guy is full of it sometimes, like completely full of it.
But
coming out,
he does have
who's gonna take that crown.
But he does have one of the highest paid OCs and the highest paid DC in the country, who know how to coach very well, know how to recruit, know how to do the whole thing. So I understand that too. But I see it both ways on this one. It's just tough. To think where that Clemson program is going after losing to NC State last week. They look terrible against Georgia Tech. It's just DJU has done nothing this year. It's been terrible. Now, I have to ask you real quick before we get you out of here. Realignment news with the AAC. The AAC reportedly was trying to go get these Mountain West teams, Colorado State, Air Force, San Diego State, Boise State. Boise State, San Diego State immediately said absolutely not. Boise State's looking for a Big 12 offer, hopefully soon. And then today we read that Colorado State and Air Force say that they're staying in the Mountain West. Where does the AAC go now? They have to expand. What type of programs do you think they could bring in?
Are they going to have to go to Conference USA and the Sun
Seems
Belt?
like it.
I mean, I think that's really all that they have left, and that's
sad.
It makes more sense. It makes more sense geographically too. Like, yeah, I get you want to bring in, like Louisiana, Louisiana and Coastal Carolina,
UAB,
as opposed to UAB, as opposed to Colorado State and Air Force, not a whole heck of a lot of difference. The question for them is, does Memphis get that Big 12 offer? Because if they do, then that conference really takes a huge step back.
But with Memphis right now, they better hope. You got to hope you get that Big 12 offer. You need it because the AAC is in a very bad situation. And the Mountain West thing, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, I always thought it was kind of weird considering the Mountain West has always been relatively stable, been one of the better non-power conferences. Obviously, they lost Utah and TCU in the 2000s and such, but they've always been way more stable. I always thought it was a stretch to say that the top of the cream of the crop Mountain West teams were going to join the AAC.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Why did they think they would leave, especially Boise State, who's looking for that Big 12 offer? That didn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. To join a conference that just lost 3 of its top 4 big dogs and is threatening to lose their fourth. Why would the Mountain West? Why would Air Force or Colorado State jump at that offer? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially since it isn't a stable conference. It's a conference that was initially put together because of realignment.
Got to ask you your last question since you're leaving me, by the way. I kind of feel like it's cheap that you're going with your brother, but hey, that's your thing. But Alex, I got a trivia question for you on your last day. Are you ready? And this was posed by a texter. So did you hear about the Super Bowl halftime act that's coming up next year?
I did.
All right,
so I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. It's like really going out there. It's not the days of like that. I don't even know the people's names, but it was pretty boring. I didn't know who anybody was. I don't know. I didn't know anybody on the field that was singing. So now they got a lot of people we know. But I said they were going away from being conservative. Super Bowl halftime show is just going to blow it out. A texter reminds me, hey, they had Janet Jackson showing her boobs years ago. So they're not conservative. Who pulled off her top?
That's wasn't it Memphis' own Justin Timberlake?
You are the best. He's Alex Kuhn.
Of course.
Make sure you listen to him. What's y'all's new podcast? I'm gonna miss you, Alex.
Oh, I didn't. Wait, this is it? Man,
No.
You're breaking this news to me.
Yeah. Oh, see, Gabe, you're such a liar. You told me that he didn't want to do the show with me anymore.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say all that.
Just basically did. He's like, I just want you to know my brother's coming with me. Yeah.
Y'all making me look bad at the end of this segment, aren't you? Jeez.
It's nothing like it, Betty. It's been hard. Hey, by the way, everybody follow Alex at AlexKuhn523. Listen to him going forward in the future from 3 to 6 with Gabe and Stats. Alex, we'll still be pen pals, all right?
Hit me up anytime, John.
Be blessed, my brother.
All right, see you guys.
That's our buddy Alex Kuhn, Gabe's brother. He's going to join Whoa, Gabe and Stats.
He just tried to soften the blow for you. I've talked about it with him. He knows it. He tried to be nice.
Have you ever heard of softening the blow with like a dollar bill and a credit card? Have you ever heard of that? I got to go. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We've all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, that's not possible. There are aerial pictures that can be taken every 4 years that can be used to measure most buildings, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one looking at pictures that could be 4 years old. If you'd rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, give us a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best service we know how to give. Fiveash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you. Hi, folks, good news for bargain hunters and bandits from the Chevy Sheriff in Collierville. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Chevy. Lots of new Chevys and used cars in stock just in time for the Sunrise Low Price Rodeo. Check out the savings at sunrisememphis.com, and don't forget, Sunrise specializes in secondary financing. Need a good body shop? Bring it to Sunrise. We work on all makes and models, and remember, you can bring your Chevy to Sunrise for service no matter where you bought it. Buy American and buy from Sunrise. Find new roads to the Sunrise Chevy Ranch, 385 in Houston Levy and Collierville. Chevys cost less at Sunrise, partner.
Hey everybody, it's Rick Earwood, and you know in my day I've bought several homes, and nothing can be more overwhelming and time-consuming than trying to secure financing. Let me steer you in the direction of Tommy Cotham at Bartlett Mortgage, a guy that's been originating loans for 25 years in the greater Memphis area. Tommy does all products, conventional, FHA, USDA, VA. Maybe you're wanting to stay in your home now and just refinance. He can do that as well. So hey, go ahead, give Tommy a call at 901-335-7308. Get your pre-approval so you'll know what you can spend, find your home, and then pack your boxes and get ready to move. It's that easy with Tommy Cotham at Bartlett Mortgage. Call him today at 901-335-7308. Once again, that number, 901-335-7308. Tell him Rick told you to call.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
I don't know about you, but as soon as I feel a hint of crisp, cool fall weather, I think of Sunrise on Jefferson. There's simply nothing other than the comfort food of Sunrise that makes you feel like autumn is really here. The signature square biscuits, the house-made gravy, the made-to-order fresh eggs and breakfast meats, or a lunchtime burger. They're all things to say relax, take it easy, you're in good hands. Swing by Sunrise for breakfast or lunch, and the rest of your day you'll feel warm, full, and happy. All because of fast, fresh food made with care.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Gabe is jamming out some Eye of the Tiger for us today on our last Friday before the changes. If you don't know about the changes, Greg and Eli are going to do the morning show. You're going to have Wolo, Solo Wolo for 1 hour from 10 to 11. You're going to have Happy Hour starting earlier in the day. For all those people who don't want to wait till noon, don't worry. We got Happy Hour from 11 to 1. From 1 to 3, we got Grind Time with Anthony and Peter. And then it's going to be Gabe and Stats that drive you home from 3 to 6. A lot of movement going on. Plus, a lot of moving tonight at the Botanical Gardens at Radiant Amphitheater because Mempho Fest is going on. Widespread panic is going to be, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. So, Gabe Kuhn, guess what I have to do? I'm getting all my bets placed before 4 o'clock today. I got Lee Sterling coming up on the other side.
Oh, so you got to wait.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 picks already that I'm going to rock and fire on. But Lee Sterling is joining us from Paramount Sports on the other side. He's going to give you some free games of the week. For all those people who are going to panic tonight and tomorrow night, get your games in before you start. Because the last thing you want to do is try to work have you ever tried to work a cell phone when you're not completely sober?
Yes.
Are you good at it?
Yeah. Millennial, man. I know how to work an iPhone.
Dude,
you just put...
like
dude, let's be honest with you. You have your cargo shorts on and you slip that thing in the cargo pocket and close it at 5 o'clock.
I do every day.
And you don't answer the phone. Emphasis on the cargo pocket.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Along with all that change, that loose change hanging in there.
Oh, well, we got games that we're going to pick on the other side with Lee Sterling. We got Hardwood because it feels so good. We got to talk about everything from shoeies and so much more, so don't you dare touch the dial. Coming up next, it's Paramount Sports' very own Lee Sterling on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You lock the door, throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me.
Hey Mid-South, it's time to reclaim your freedom in your new ride from Gossett Mitsubishi 1870 Covington Pike. Make your mileage count with 43 MPG and lane departure warning in your 2021 Mitsubishi Mirage. $179 per month. Get more standard equipment than Ford Escape or Mazda CX-5 in your new 2022 Eclipse Cross with effortless technology at $299 per month. Plus, relax and enjoy the ride with My Pilot Assist in your new 2022 Outlander, $319 a month. And we stand behind our stellar 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So get to Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months, $500 military rebate. Mirage MH009-694, MSRP $17,490. Outlander NZ023330, MSRP $29,315. Eclipse NZ003186, MSRP $27,725. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 9/30/21. Dealer stock only.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Acura of Memphis invites you to experience the all-new, completely redesigned 2022 Acura MDX. It's the most advanced SUV Acura has ever built. Experience the convenience of full connectivity, including built-in Alexa, Wi-Fi hotspot, and wireless charging, from the stunning interior, complete with third-row seating. Stop by our state-of-the-art facility and take advantage of our aggressive APR offers today at Ridgeway and 385. Or shop online from the convenience of home now. Visit AcuraofMemphis.com.
Bellyacres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. 2 great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Daria or the Double Daria, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Bellyacres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Bellyacres? To become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Bellyacres.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy at Johnny Radio. Gabe Kuhn is in the house, and we're about to talk with Paramount Sports' very own Lee Sterling. By the way, Lee's been on fire. He only went 11-3 last week on the Baker's Dozen, hit his 50-unit play on the UFC. The end of the month is over. September was a great success. Why not start off your October with Paramount Sports? Telling you right now, Lee don't play no games. We got some great games to talk about this week. We also, we got Tennessee, Missouri, Georgia, Arkansas, Bama, Ole Miss. Plus in the NFL, we're going to talk Dallas, Carolina, Tennessee, and the Jets. Lee Sterling, though, if you want to talk to him and get his plays, 800-400-9741. That's 800-400-9741. Or go to ParamountSports.com and check him out. Now, you have to say thank you very much to Tito's Vodka, because without Tito's Vodka, we don't get to talk to Lee Sterling. And by the way, let me tell you something. Without Tito's Vodka, what are you going to do on a Friday night? Tito's handmade vodka, it really is the best. It's crafted, it's distilled down here in Austin, Texas, right in the United States. That's why when you go to your local liquor store, you can get a 1.75 liters for $30 or less. It's got a unique flavor, slightly sweet with a black pepper note. It balances everything out. I don't care if you're crafting a cocktail or you're just drinking it neat. Tito's handmade vodka. Get your bottle today. Get your Tito's on. And remember, if life hands you lemons, just make a lemon drop. Just make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. Mr. Sterling, how is life treating you, my brother?
I'm good. I can't complain. Picks have been great, but my Miami Hurricanes and Dolphins sure took it on the chin last couple weeks. So been a tough couple weeks here in Miami.
Yeah, that doink had to feel pretty bad last night, didn't it?
I'm still reverberating.
Oh, well, like I said, you've been absolutely on fire in September, but these are all the months. September, October, November, December. This is when Lee dominates. Get on ParamountSports.com. Again, call him 800-400-9741. We're going to tell you how to get the play of the week, and we're going to give you some free plays. So we're going to start off right here in the Mid-South. A lot of people know where Columbia is. That's not South Carolina, but, I'm talking about Missouri. Tennessee heads that way. Missouri is only a 3-point favorite. That just seems kind of crazy.
Yeah. So weather could be a factor. If the weather is clear, Missouri could be a nice side here. I mean, they had to go to Boston College. That was out-of-conference game, traveling halfway across the United States, and face a running team. Now they get to face a similar team. And I think that they have underachieved so far. I actually like their receiving core. I think they got some really good receivers. Their quarterback, dangerous quarterback, just had a bad game last week, tossed 2 interceptions. And then, they're going to face Tennessee's quarterbacks, which, have been nothing special. And we don't even know the situation as far as either one, as far as health. So I think it's a great situation here for Missouri to get the win. And they also like to blitz third and long. They couldn't blitz third and long because last week Boston College, everything was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. They'll come after quarterbacks, and I like their blitz packages. So we're going to take Missouri as long as the weather. If it's a rainstorm, we'll probably stay off the game. But I think Missouri's the right side in decent weather. I think they win this game something like 34-21.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Tennessee's quarterback situation, no matter who's playing quarterback, it just really isn't good under Josh Heupel in year one. Now, Georgia, nobody really was thinking about how big of a game this could be right now against Arkansas. But, man, the boys in Vegas don't give Arkansas the respect that the voters do. Georgia is an 18.5-point favorite over Sam Pittman's Razorbacks. Who you like and why?
Didn't you think this line was going to come a little shorter?
I did.
I'm pretty good at making lines. I'm usually anything under 20 points, maybe a point and a half. I thought this was going to be 12.5, 13. So a little shocked by this line. Georgia does have the best defense in the country. There's no denying that. They have a really good running game. I just think that Arkansas is going to come to play a game. They're playing with house money here. And I like the fit of K.J. Jefferson, quarterback. Felipe Franks was more of an NFL-style quarterback, but K.J. Jefferson, you saw him get out of the pocket and complete those 2 bombs that pretty much won the game for him last week. And Barry Odom, defensive coordinator, figuring out his defense. They got 3 guys in the transfer portal on the defensive line, and they get after you. I mean, they had 3 sacks last week against Texas A&M, 9 quarterback hurries, and it's not like J.T. Daniels, is this dual threat quarterback. So I think Georgia wins 35-20, but I'm going to say the Hogs cover.
I like listen, I right now think the Hogs, the way they beat the brakes off it. I mean, since the first half of Rice, when has Arkansas looked bad? I mean, they've been a complete different team.
And I think when he took that job, I think they were maybe in a worse situation than Vanderbilt, believe it or not.
Man, I actually I get it. I do get it. Now I do get also one thing.
If they weren't worse, they were certainly
right there, looking eye to eye,
head to head. Yeah, same type of team.
Oh, I know one person that's never basically had to look anybody in the eye, and that's the Nick Saban and his assistant coaches. When they leave him, they lose to him. Is there any chance that Lane Kiffin can be the first to come back and knock off Lord Saban?
So I think that he's been game planning since the middle of the summer for this game. He has got an offense that runs plays quickly, 4th in offensive snaps per game. If they get off 90, 95 snaps, Alabama could be in trouble here. So Bama's defense, they did tire last 2 weeks ago in that game in Gainesville. I also think the Alabama line isn't the same. I mean, the pockets that these quarterbacks, Tua, and Mac Jones have been throwing from. I mean, I could complete, 50% of my passes at above 50 years old. So I just think that they're not the same. In fact, I was grading each player and the units out, and Pro Football Focus has them even worse than mine. I have their run blocking graded 63rd out of 130 teams. They have them 70th. I have their pass blocking 68th. They're 73rd. So hard to throw vertically with mediocre pass blocking here. And Ole Miss's defense, which was horrific last year. I mean, tackling wasn't even optional. They didn't do any tackling. So I just think that they're a different team this year. Last year allowing almost 50% third down conversions. This year, 31%. Lane Kiffin can sniff out a weakness. He can exploit it here. And if they pull off the upset, Matt Corral will not only be the leader for the Heisman, he'll probably be sitting at second and third. It'll be him and everyone else. I think Bama still, after all I've said, is the better team, and they'll win 45-42, but I'm taking the 14.5.
Man, I'm so with you on that one. I just feel like that's just way too dead many points. We saw what happened the last time these two teams locked up, 60, 45, whatever.
Right.
Both teams were lighting up the scoreboard, but the way Matt Corral has this offense, it almost feels like the best quarterback coaching combination right now, head coach and quarterback. It might be Lane Kiffin and Matt Corral. Like, it just feels like they know each other.
You almost sometimes when you look at the field, you expect to see Lane's head come out of the he's under the face mask.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
Yeah.
It's so wild. Now, speaking of wild, dude, I can't believe the NFL this year. You know, Big Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers go ahead and beat the Bills in Week 1. Now they've lost 2 straight. Big Ben looks like he can't play. The Bills have beaten the brakes off of people. Kansas City is struggling. NFL is wild, but man, Dallas, their offense is surgical right now. Dak Prescott's playing at a crazy level, and very surprisingly, they're playing an undefeated Carolina team. Dallas 4.5-point favorite. Who do you got?
Yeah, so I've been going against Dallas the last 15, 20 years. If you've been back in Dallas these last 2 decades, you're living under a bridge. I mean, they are money burners. I mean, they're overrated. And I just had the sneaking suspicion they're putting it all together. I'm watching the defense, and they're getting pressure on the quarterback. Their DBs are jumping routes. I mean, they had a pick 6 in the last game. Last pick 6 I remember was probably the Super Bowl in James Washington. It's been that long. So they're playing at a high level. Sam Darnold is improved. I mean, his accuracy is much, much better, but he's without his number 1, number 2, and number 3 choice in Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he's the ultimate weapon here. And, he's a little careless in the pocket holding the ball. Man, he doesn't see that weak side rusher, and then also sometimes, he's just holding that ball like he's carrying some bread. And that's not good enough. These defensive ends, they will strip the ball out of your hands. They'll use almost their hands like they're sledgehammers. So he's got to look out for that. And then on offense, CeeDee Lamb's a top 15 receiver now. Their tight ends are contributing. Pollard, I mean, he is right now, I think, the best second back in the NFL. He's going to cash in big. What does he have, another year and a half, and he hits free agency?
Man, yes, you're exactly right.
Yeah, scary good. So I like Dallas. How about them Cowboys?
Man.
Dallas, 34-20.
I love that pick. I really think that, Sam Darnold right now, you got Dan Quinn, whose defense is now leading the league in forced takeaways. And you got Sam Darnold, who, remember what he did with the Jets? He's looking good under Matt Rule, but you get him going, and one turnover starts to turn into two, starts to turn into three, and this thing's a rout, baby.
Yeah.
Now, we got another NFL game, and our Tennessee Titans, we talked about week 1, got the brakes beat off of them. Carolina beat them so bad it wasn't funny. Tennessee goes to Seattle. Now they've righted the ship. They look like they play in the weakest division in all of football. And now the Jets, they get to play the Jets. Why are they only a touchdown favorite?
I think it's a trap play.
Me
I
too.
think Zach Wilson's going to put it together and have a game. He's got some good receivers. I just have not liked the game plan, the play calling. Tennessee, their two best receivers, game time decision. That says it all here. I think the Jets are going to load the box. It's going to be like last night's game, Jacksonville. I had Tennessee winning the game, 27-23. Jets cover.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I will tell you, I talked about it yesterday, man. I said I felt like it was a trap. The Bengals team, Jacksonville, and, of course, it comes down to a field goal to the very end of the game, and Urban Meyer looked like he was about to cry when he was leaving the field. Now, if you don't want to cry, if you want to have a great Sunday, a great Monday, if you want to go to work feeling refreshed in a fat pocket, sitting like 2 inches higher, all you have to do is go to ParamountSports.com, 800-400-9741. Plus, the game of the week you're giving away absolutely free. Who is it? How do they get it? Leah, did I lose you?
Looks like he dropped off.
Oh, man. Sorry, Lee. Well, I feel like I know this very, very well. Lee, if you want to get his game of the week, 800-400-9741. It is your Memphis Tigers, and it is Temple. And, again, 800-400-9741. He had a great week last week. He went in his Baker's Dozen. He went 11-3. He hit his 50-unit UFC play. He is on fire in September, and he's going to keep it rolling through October. So go to ParamountSports.com and get Lee Sterling's pick. And, again, today he had Missouri. As long as it ain't bad weather, take Missouri against the Vols. The Vols quarterback situation is pretty bad. Georgia, Arkansas, Sam Pittman, Kendall Briles, Barry Odom, one of the most underranked teams, coaching staffs in all of football, take the 18.5 points against Georgia. Again, I understand exactly what he's saying. Georgia's defense is nasty, but they did only get a field goal against Clemson. I'm not sure how great this offense quite is. They can run the football. They play defense. Arkansas can kind of do the same. Alabama, Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin, Matt Corral, they're going to cover. In fact, in the fourth quarter late, I think this sucker's going to be a one-score game, and it'll be a coin flip in the last 4 minutes. Whoever has the ball last might win this bad boy down in Tuscaloosa. Alabama, do not lay the 14.5. Ole Miss, party hard, bet a lot of money, get the 14.5 and dance. And then it's National Football League. How cool is that? Do you remember when I talked about this game? Dallas, Carolina, I'm interested to see. Is Sam Darnold going to turn into a pumpkin and turn back into Turnover Sam? Or is he actually taking the next step? And is Carolina a very sneaky, good football team? You got Anderson. You got my man. Dude, if you look at actually what Rule has done in Carolina, it's very impressive. And I thought Rivera was a great coach. I thought he was going to do some things in Washington, and now look where Washington is right now compared. It's crazy how good the college coach Matt Rule has done compared to some college coaches like Nick Saban, who made an offensive lineman cry in the National Football League. Do you remember that?
Of course I do.
Dude,
of course I do.
He's a professional football player, and Nick Saban jumped all up in his crawl so bad that he cried and had to be escorted off the practice field.
If you've seen Nick Saban live at practices, if you've seen any film of him at practice, it doesn't surprise you, though.
No, it doesn't surprise me. Nick does not play any games. But also, then Tennessee, they're playing the Jets. This looks like a trap game. Zach Wilson, his mother's been berated. He's been berated. New York Jets media's killing him, but he's got mad talent. Once he figures it out, I think he's going to be all right. This is a bad team, but Robert Salah, I think, is a great coach. I think they'll get it together. Titans win. King Henry runs. But I just don't think they cover the 7 points. Speaking of covering and winning and living life large, man, if you're sitting at home trying to watch TV and life is treating you extremely well, but you have like a leaky roof, life won't be treating you well very long. If you've ever had water damage, it's an absolute disaster. On a Saturday and a Sunday when you're watching ball games, you're up there trying to fix your roof. Wrong. You call Brian Elder Roofing. 901-867-0303. That's 901-867-0303. You might have a claim. If he says you have a claim, you have a claim. You will be covered. He also might say that, you know what? All you need is to let me up there and love on your roof, and he'll take care of you. He's the Memphis roofing repair professional, the best when it comes commercial and residential. If it has to do with roofing, there's only one person to call. That's Brian Elder Roofing at 901-867-0303, or go to brianelderroofing.com. Mr. Gabe Kuhn, got some weird games I wanted to bring up real quick.
Let's do it.
All right. What do you think about UNLV playing the University of Texas San Antonio? University of Texas San Antonio is a really good team. They're laying 21 points. They just partied on the Liberty Bowl at the Tigers' behest, coming back and beating them and outscore. Like coming up 14-point deficit in the fourth quarter, they come back and they beat the Tigers. Painful stuff. Talk about I feel like a trap game. UNLV is not that bad, and I don't think they're a 21-point dog bad. Do you see them running homie 42 times? I sure don't. I see this game as being one of those games. They win this sucker by 10 to 14 points at the max. You get the easy cover, UNLV plus the 21.
And believe it or not, last week UNLV played very, very close with Fresno State. Fresno State, of course, beat UCLA the week before. But the biggest thing that you have to notice about UNLV defensively, held Fresno State 23 attempts, 83 yards on the ground. That's only a 3.6 average, and we know what UTSA wants to do. They're going to keep pounding the ball until they can't no more. I don't know if I'd play either side of this game. You seem very confident on your side, plus the 21. I'll take your advice, but I don't blame your school of thinking there.
Have you ever heard that song, Pound That Junt Inside? You never heard it? I feel like that's a song.
By who?
Pound That Junt Inside. Or maybe that's some...
Did you make this song?
I might have, dude. But I'm just saying, whenever you're yelling at the TV, pound the junt inside, they always run to the left or they throw the football and they don't do what they need to do. UNLV, this is just a bad spot for Texas San Antonio, and I'm going to take the UNLV. Another weird one I think you're going to laugh at. SMU, do you know what they did last week?
Beat TCU.
They beat TCU. When you have little versus big and little wins, the next week little comes out a little bit flat, doesn't he?
Generally.
And guess who was little who beat big? It was SMU beating TCU. Now they play South Florida. They're looking past South Florida like they're on a vacation right now. South Florida's getting 20.5 points. You won't need the hook. You will win by, it ain't going to be by hook. It might be by crook. South Florida is a bad football team, but SMU is still celebrating beating TCU last week. I love taking the 20.5 here. Now, am I crazy?
I'd be careful. That's all I'll say. Tanner Mordecai, their quarterback for SMU, leads the nation in touchdown passes. One of the best quarterbacks so far. He's honestly now on the Heisman watch because they are 4-0 at this point in the season. So I'd be careful with that one just because they're so explosive. They can score at the drop of a hat. So be careful taking USF plus 20.5.
So Tanner Mordecai, he can score at the drop of the hat, and he's extremely explosive. Interesting.
Why is explosive such a funny word to you?
Shut up.
I need to know.
Do you know Lexington? What's going on in Lexington?
What's going on in Lexington, Johnny?
Florida.
You tell me.
Florida and Kentucky.
Is it going to be explosive?
It's going to be like some hard hitting action going on in Lexington. I will say this: the Gators, though, 8.5-point favorites. I think that's crazy. Mark Stoops in Kentucky is going to look at this game like the biggest game of the deadgum year. Do you know that out of 18 wins in the entire career, 18 out of their 21 wins against the University of Florida happened before 1957. They've beaten them the last couple of times. They finally knocked off that 31 streak in Gainesville just a couple years ago. Kentucky, since then, has lost some close games to the Gators. I think Mark Stoops and the Wildcats, Will Levis, they're ready to roll. And I feel like the Gators going to Lexington, Kentucky, this is kind of going to be like just another ho-hum game for them. I really think there's going to be a letdown. I think Mark Stoops' football team wins the game heads up and throws the East upside on its head. Because, man, Arkansas, if they drop Georgia, the world could get wild. I like all these plays and more. Coming up next, I got to talk about, well, what is a shoey? I'm going to give you the historical references of a shoey. I will tell you who's doing shoeys. And Gabe Kuhn, would you ever do a shoey?
Ooh, have to be a joyous occasion, sir. Man. And also, we have a certain celebrity that's opened up a restaurant we'll have to talk about. He opened it up in Detroit.
Eminem.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about what it's called, what the reference is on the other side.
Nice. Don't you dare touch that dial. This is Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
The knowledge that I have matters.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear that three's a charm at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah, so I'm ready to trade up to a Kia sales event with you, my man.
That's right, Randy. 3 rides, all just $248 a month. Take your pick from a 2022 Kia Soul LX, 2021 Kia Forte LXS, or a 2021 Kia Rio LXS. Your choice, $248 a month.
And Soul, longer, better warranty than Honda or Nissan. Forte, more passenger volume and thousands less than Honda Civic. And Rio, higher MPG and thousands less than Corolla. Plus, you'll get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 72 months at 2.9 APR, $29.99 down. Sold in 716-1784, MSRP $20,500. Forte ME $402,825, MSRP $20,055. Rio ME $427,894, MSRP $19,755. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Memphis, it's official, honey. Crab Kings is where it's at. The best seafood with 7 flavors to choose from. Try the shrimp, chicken, salmon, and fried lobster pastas. There's snow crab, king crab, dungeons, and more. Please don't forget about the calamari, shrimp, and lobsters, honey. The portions, the price, the taste is only at Crab Kings. Download our app and search Crab Kings on Google. Visit us at crabkingstn.com. Crab Kings, where the flavor is king.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on all new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help put your brand on one of these fillies. Come on in and save some money during Western Trading Days at Sunrise, Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville. Cars costless at Sunrise, partner.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. You think with Memphis Fest going on, I could get a little Blue Indian, a little panic? No. What is this? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Me and Gabe Kuhn got you covered. We're going to do a little bit of Hardwood here in just a minute. We got the last segment of the day before I pass this bad boy off to Gabe and Stats. Now,
a little October 1st bonus show.
Yeah, a little bonus
for the
show.
people.
Speaking of bonus, Kylie Jenner got a little bonus this week. Did you hear about that?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I'll have to tell you about the story. Also, we got some people who got some serious issues like drinking out of other people's shoes. Did not know this was a thing. It's called a shoey. I found out the historical references for it. The first one happened in a brothel in Chicago in 1902. Prince Henry and his entourage. There was a dancer at the Chicago brothel, world famous dancer. She was like the 1902's version of who? Give me one. Superstar dancer, Stormy Daniels. Come on, man. Think about it. She's like the 1902 Stormy. Well, she flipped off a slipper into the crowd. A gentleman picked it up and started pouring champagne down her shoe and used it as a vessel for drinking. Guess what? It is now turned into basically nothing as elegant as a 1902 Chicago brothel, but we got people doing it after they beat people in UFC. And Dusty Baker was so outlandish last night. We're going to talk about him and his shoey. But before we get to Hardwood, I have to remind you the whole segment's brought to you by Cypress View Golf and Recreation. That's right. Cypress View Golf and Recreation. It is the Funtry Club. It's over in Marion, Arkansas, 10 minutes from downtown. 18-hole regulation course, Olympic-sized pool, pro shop, tennis courts, fitness center, everything you can need and more. It's the fastest-growing Funtry Club in the Mid-South. Call them at 870-739-6305. That's 870-739-6305. Man, they got golf, they got grub, they got it all. But speaking of good grub, M&M.
We can only start one place.
Only start with one place, and that's in Detroit with M&M's new store that he's opened.
Get your sweaters ready, Detroit. Mom's Spaghetti is coming to 2131 Woodward Avenue. Want some road pasta after the game?
Got that.
Meatballs?
You know we got that.
What about the Sketty sandwich? Mom's got that too. Get ready to get some Mom's Spaghetti, Detroit. Opening in the alley next to Union Assembly this September. 313-888-8388. Mom's Spaghetti. It's all ready. Ready.
Man, let me ask you a little simple question. What was Eminem's name in the movie 8 Mile?
Rabbit.
That's right. Is that why they sell rabbit balls also at Mom's Spaghetti? Did you see that? I don't know. We're going to find that out in Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
So I have the menu from Mom's Spaghetti directly in front of me. For those that don't know, Mom's Spaghetti is a lyric of his, and one of his, and Lose Yourself. That's like your only lyric you know.
Vomit on your
Sweater
spaghetti.
already.
Mom's Spaghetti.
He's nervous.
And his palms are all sweaty.
But they have a menu, and I have this open. They opened on September 29th. They have Mom's Spaghetti, $9. If you want to add meatballs, $12. They have something called Rabbit Balls. Rabbit Balls are vegan, and I'm assuming it's named after his character in 8 Mile. If you want the vegan rabbit balls with your spaghetti, it's $14. Then they have a Sketty sandwich, so they put spaghetti on the sandwich, which is $11. And then their drinks are $3.
Okay, hold up, time out. How can rabbit balls be vegan? Because I thought vegans couldn't even drink milk.
No, they're not like actual rabbit. They're vegan.
So they're
meatballs.
Fake rabbit balls.
They're not rabbit. It's not actual rabbit going into the balls.
Well, dude, don't eat Smoky Mountain oysters. Because they
not
really
Smoky
are.
Mountain oysters or Rocky Mountain oysters?
Rocky.
I don't want to know what Smoky Mountain oysters are. Good Lord. That's worse.
Yeah, don't eat the Rocky Mountain ones.
What are Smoky Mountain? I want to know. What are Smoky Mountain oysters?
The same as Rocky. Just they got a little bit of smoke in their sauce.
So instead of just normally cooking them, you smoke them? Throw them in the good old Traeger?
It's just made with a little bit more love.
I heard they're always made with a lot of love.
Yep. Never mind, I'm going to shut up next. All right, so where was I? Because I have.
By the way,
no
do you
idea.
want a sketty sandwich? Would you ever want spaghetti on two pieces of bread and eat it? That's not.
Is it
does
going
not
to
seem-
be like French bread, all buttered and garlicked?
I don't know. I would hope.
Because
but
if
here's
it
the
is,
thing.
I will tell you this. One of my favorite things.
Buttered
to do
and
with spaghetti,
garlicked.
You know.
That's the first time I've heard that, by the way.
You know the garlic French bready stuff. I like to take a bite of my spaghetti and then take a bite of the bread. So
Well-
you just put them together.
But spaghetti on the pieces of bread? I would rather have like. I'm not even gonna say this. I'd rather have meatballs.
I was gonna say.
I'd rather have a meatball sub. Like
That
I don't
or
want
Smoky Mountain
spaghetti. I'd rather have the meatballs on there.
Oh my God! I said Smoky Mountain oysters again. It's Rocky
Yeah.
Mountain.
I thought you did
oysters.
that on purpose.
I'm good when I'm not even trying.
Good for you. Happy for you.
Oh, am I supposed to have a story after that?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
All right. So, do you know what a shoey is?
Yes, you take a shoe and you pour a beer on it and you use it as a luge.
Turn it
to
up.
your mouth.
That is exactly right, sir. That is exactly
You've never done
right.
a shoey, I'm assuming.
No, I have not. But do you know who wins?
Hey, tonight might be the night, man. You're gonna be partying like a rock star.
I will, but I will tell you a secret. I have to go to Frontier Western Store down at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch because I have to get some boots. It's raining today, so it's going to be wet and nasty. And if I have wet, nasty boots on that you can only get at the largest boot showroom at Frontier Western Store, shop 24/7, 365 at FrontierWesternStore.com. But I will tell you what, after I wear shoes to Mempho Fest in the rain and their boots and they're tied up and my feet are all sweaty, I wouldn't let somebody else drink out of my shoe, let alone me drink out of theirs. And that's the interesting thing about a shoey. Because last night, did you see 72-year-old Dusty Baker go absolutely wild, man? He grabbed dudes' cleats out of their lockers and just started chugging
And
champagne
we
out
were
of it.
worried about him not being hip enough.
Dude, Dusty Baker's a baller.
We were worried about Dusty not being hip enough, and he's out here doing shoeys.
Doing shoeys after the Astros locked it up. And by the way, Dusty Baker becomes the only coach to take 5 teams to a division title. 5 different teams: Giants, Cubs, Reds, Nationals, and last night the Astros.
And then take a shoey.
And then he's also the oldest man that I've ever seen do a shoey. Like,
Is that an official record?
It's got to be. Guinness needs to come out and go ahead and just verify this. Like, 72-year-old dudes aren't grabbing cleats out of the locker rooms unless they're in a mental institution and pouring champagne and start to drink it.
It was out of a cleat?
Oh, he was doing it out of his players' cleats in their locker.
I thought you generally do it out of your own shoe.
Did you not see the guy that the UFC fighter did the people's shoes in
Yeah.
the stands? He did 4 different shoes.
Okay, that was, yes, but he did his own shoe first. Last week, Alexander Volkanovski, who's from Australia, did it out of his own flip-flop.
Yeah, that wasn't very strong. But when you do it out of 4 people's
That's so
shoes,
nasty, man.
And
That's
by the
so
way,
gross.
Like you know, like Jose Altuve, that little dude might be short, but he's got some big old wide feet. I bet his feet stink. I wouldn't be taking a shoey out of his foot. Look at his whole team, man. Like who are you taking a shoey out of? Is there anybody you trust that's even clean? They're baseball players.
No, I don't want to take anybody else's shoe.
By the
If
way-
I'm doing a shoey, I'm doing my own shoe.
And our baseball players, the nastiest, they grab themselves every 3 seconds. They spit on their hands. Moises Alou peed on his hands before
Yeah, he
every
did, to
game.
make 'em soft.
So he got, his calic.
The callus.
Yes, the calluses.
Calluses were all taken care of.
Taken care of. Baseball players are kind of nasty. If any sport there was, the last sport that I would want to do a shoey out would be a baseball player. Second, what about a horse jockey? They have to step in probably manure every once in a while. It's kind of like goes with the turf, right?
Well, what about a hockey player? And their blades.
I think that'd be a dangerous thing to take a shot out of. You get drunk, you throw it away, and you just throw a dead gum blade in your friend's head. I don't think that'd go very well. But congratulations to Dusty Baker. Now, what do you think the chances are that the man does he have a chance to finally get a World Series this year?
Yeah, his team has been
pretty strong,
fantastic all year. They've been hitting the ball.
Yeah, they've been hitting the ball. He was hitting shoeys last night. Tell you one thing, that is absolutely crazy. Now, you know what else is crazy? Straight up Mike Tyson. We know that, right? Like, is he board certified insane? I don't know. I know he has a great podcast. I know he believes in smoking weed all day long, all day strong. He says that he does. He says he does mushrooms at least once a week because it helps with his neurotransmitter and makes him not depressed. And have you heard about his ketamine treatments?
You told me about this one day.
Yes, he does ketamine treatments.
Medicinal
once a month.
ketamine.
Yeah, like with the shrink and everything.
Right.
Like not like you're just like doing a popper and cracking it out. Never mind. Anyway, just he's not going into a K-hole without a professional. You know what I'm saying? So he only goes there with a board-certified shrink. But Mike Tyson also said that he wants to fight Logan Paul, and he guarantees that they both could make $100 million. You know how crazy Mike Tyson is. He went nibbling on Evander Holyfield's ear one night, got a little bit freaky, and bit the top of that off. Now we know what he is late in his life. Is he right that he could make each of them $100 million? Would you watch Mike Tyson fight Logan Paul? Would you pay $50?
I wouldn't, but it's been proven that people will buy that fight.
Wouldn't you rather see him fight Jake Paul? Who's the better fighter? This is what I'm confused about.
Jake Paul's the better boxer.
Then why is he fighting the weaker Paul?
Well, Logan fought Floyd Mayweather. You should have asked Floyd that.
Floyd's also a $150 soaking wet. Mike Tyson wakes up 260. Probably, never mind. Probably coming out of a nice trip. No, I just can't imagine a 55-year-old Mike Tyson fighting a Paul. I never thought I would see the day because, believe it or not, he used to have his own video game called Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. He was the biggest thing in the world, and I thought his life had gotten bad when the Ron Givens situation happened. Robin Givens, Buster Douglas knocked him out. He went to jail. But just seeing the guy that everybody thought was the scariest dude on the planet fight Logan Paul, that's kind of depressing to me. Now, are you going to watch the Super Bowl halftime? And are you going to be more excited about the halftime or the game itself?
I'm always more excited for the game itself, so I don't know if that's fair.
Yeah, you know what? I am too.
But I'm going to be, it should be a good halftime show.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of people now?
They got the L.A. flavor. They got the California flavor with Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Kendrick Lamar.
Do you think you'll smell more? What's a good perfume?
I'm not a perfume guy.
There's a thing called
I wear
Dior.
cologne.
Dior.
Yeah,
Dior. I think.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yeah. All that
there
good
you go.
stuff.
All that good stuff.
You gonna be smelling more
Gucci.
perfume, or you gonna be smelling more hippie lettuce?
At the Super Bowl halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
If someone somehow gets the hippie lettuce in there,
it's not gonna be hard. It's L.A.
Well, I don't think you could just take in a joint to the stadium.
Are you kidding me? When's the last time you went out to L.A., man? They got a dispensary in the dead gum airport.
It's been a while. It's been a few years, but
they do though. Shaq. Do you agree with Shaq about Kyrie? Have you heard his take?
He says that the Nets should trade Kyrie.
Yes. He says basically, get his ass out of here. If I was head of that team, I promise you one thing, he wouldn't be saying anything back to me. He wouldn't be on the team. Is he taking a shot directly at Kyrie, or is he taking a slight shot at Kevin Durant, who it feels like if Kevin Durant actually said he was sick of the bull, the bull, Kyrie would actually be gone.
Biggest shot at Kyrie.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think he is sort of
I thought it was
indirectly. He's
KD,
indirectly pointing it at the leaders on that Nets team. Go get your guy, make him handle his business. He's got to play home games. I mean, that's ridiculous to even think about.
I just like the fact that he said this, and I quote, I would go upstairs and say, get him out of here. We can't win with a 2-punch and a great shooter and some rebounders like we got. Get his ass out of here. Of course, if I played with him, I'd be in charge all the way, all day. Saying that, like, of course, if I played with him, I'd be in charge all the way, all day. I feel like the person in charge really is kind of Kevin Durant. So I don't know. When I saw that, I know he's talking to Kyrie. But I feel like indirectly he's saying, get a hold of your team, KD. Go win a championship without Steph Curry, without Klay Thompson. Go win a championship on your own.
Does Kyrie seem like a guy to you that when he believes something is going to listen to someone voicing reason? Does he seem like a guy that would actually take someone's advice? If Shaquille O'Neal was bullying him, or not, I shouldn't even say bullying him, but if Shaquille O'Neal was in his face telling him to get the vaccine, do you think Kyrie's changing his mind just because Shaq's telling him that? I don't think Kyrie's that type of guy. Kyrie just seems like he's very set in whatever frame of mind that he's set in, and he's going to stick with it.
Do you believe that Ben Simmons is more likely to sit out this year without a trade, or Kyrie gets his vax? That's a tough one, isn't it? Because, $35 million to sit out.
The 76ers refused to pay him his $8.25 million that he was owed today.
Mm-hmm. Which
Ben
situation
Simmons.
is going to be uglier?
They're both ugly.
They really are, aren't they?
Kyrie needs to, I think eventually he'll give up and get the vax. I think. I don't know that for sure, though. I guess that's me hoping more than anything. Giving up those game checks? Now that they said you're not going to get paid if you don't play. Why would you do that?
a game.
Why would you do that?
Man, that's a good year. It's a good couple
That's
of
an
years.
unbelievable year.
It's a game check.
If you're making $490 a year. Good for you. $490 a game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Party like a rock star.
Good for you, too.
Yeah. By the way, though, not good for a lot of people in the horse racing world. Have you seen some of the crazy things that have happened in the horse racing world? Like, did you see that horrible accident that happened about a week ago?
What happened?
A young jockey lost their life. It was it was bad. Like not here anymore. Rest in peace. Well, this just happened the other day. Yesterday, champion jockey was receiving medical treatment because all of a sudden they're running down the alley or whatever they call it, the straightaway. They're going down the straightaway. They're on the race, and all of a sudden the horse just kind of starts bucking, throws the jockey off over another horse, and guess where the jockey's head landed? On the rail. I thought for sure the jockey was not getting up. Thank goodness the jockey did get up. But, dude, I'm starting to look at horse racing in a totally different light as of late. I mean, you got PEDs with Medina Spirit. You got jockeys. It's kind of like 1920s football. You know what I mean? Like, it was a dangerous game back then. Are we going to have to rein in horse racing? Or are we going to have to figure out how to mellow out these horses?
It's always been dangerous.
Yeah,
Horses got some pop, man.
Horses do got some pop. I guarantee you that. Man, I'll tell you one person that's also got some pop. You behind on your payments? You need to sell your home in a quickness? Call my buddy Bill at iBuy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. It doesn't matter if you're behind. Don't get too far behind, because if you get them to foreclose, then you can't buy your house in 5 days. Act now. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at iBuy Houses. If you don't want to do a lot of work on your house, if you're just ready to bounce, it's the fastest way to do it. Because, again, guaranteed to close in 5 days. And it only starts with one simple phone call to 901-406-1101. We'll be back to close things out on this Friday. Sports 56 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world at sports56whbq.com or on the Sports 56 app.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roof Services. As we all know, Memphis can be a hotbed for severe weather, and that weather can play havoc on our roofs. Most people don't know what they should do first when they're concerned about the condition of their roof. Call their insurance company, call a contractor, or trust a door-to-door salesman that's making claims that are hard to believe. My advice would be call the contractor that you know and trust. If you don't know any, research your local contractors and give 2 or 3 a call. I hope your research will lead you to us. Have your roof inspected, decide for yourself what you should do, and whether or not you should file a claim with your insurance company. It's your home, it's your policy, and it's your money. Don't let anyone pressure you into anything. If you give Five-Ash Roofing a call, we promise personal service with a member of our family with no pressure and no hype. Five-Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five-Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
The Ram Power Days and Jeep Adventure Days are here, and you need to get ready to roll in your new ride from Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. How about maximum performance at a minimum price? New new 2021 Chrysler 300 Touring, $449 a month. You need a workhorse? We got it covered with 2021 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman, only $497 a month. And get most available safety and security features in its class with the 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited L, now $499 a month. Plus, you'll get top dollar for your trade at Gossett Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat. So drive past the rest and come to the best, or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
300 MH6 2505 MSRP 34440, 1500 MS 578 561 MSRP 39930. Cherokee M810 3202 MSRP 50490. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax final license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. When was the last time you had your heating system cleaned? How about a safety inspection? Right now, Conway Service is offering our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your heating system for only $69. That's right, for only $69, we'll come out and perform our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your heating system. We'll also include a complete safety inspection using our state-of-the-art camera system, making sure your heating system is safe to operate this winter. Plus, we'll run a carbon monoxide test, all for only $69. You can have the peace of mind knowing your heating system is safe and ready for those cold winter nights. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. That's 384-3511. Call this week and ask for the early bird special, and we'll perform your heating system tune-up for only $57.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Who is probably one of the worst golfers in town? Yes, you got it. It's me, Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. How can I be the worst? I spend too much time concentrating on selling homes. Now, I'm great off the tee and my drives are really good, but it's my next shots, my second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and you get the idea. I spend too much time giving my clients advice on getting their homes ready for the market so their homes will sell quickly at a really good price. The market may be good for sellers, but if you don't prepare and have a good presentation, it's like not being able to get out of a sand trap, which often happens to me. But if you want to know why people often say when you want the job done, call Shell Done, then call or email me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now, whether it's for you or for a friend. That's Shell Done at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com.
It's finally time to get out of the house. So make sure you stop by Family Leisure with great prices on in-stock and incoming products. Keep the kids active with play gyms, in stock, ready for delivery. And by the way, installation from the pros, I always recommend that. Markdowns on remaining game room products and those beautiful massage chairs. And the hot tubs, they're going fast. Get out of the house and get to Family Leisure. Wooden Road and I-40, where family and fun come together.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. I'm very, very, very excited. One, because it's Friday. Two, because MemphoFest is going on. We got Panic Friday. We got Panic Saturday. We're going to see Cole. I'm going to see Gabe. Your girl going to the concert tonight?
She will not.
Oh, wow. She's brave.
What does that mean?
I just don't know many women out there who let their man go to a widespread concert by himself. Like, bad things can happen. You're listening to Ain't Life Grand, Getting Too High, Ribs and Whiskey. Next thing you know, you got a new girlfriend for the night. Just kidding. You've never been to a Panic show, really?
I have not. I keep trying to tell you.
Oh, my goodness. Do you know how to dance at least? Or do you know how to move your big self a little bit left to the right? Because it's not real dancing. It's hippie stuff, you know?
It's
yeah.
Playing the guitar, man.
We'll tell you one thing.
Y'all do the air guitar?
You will see a girl who's tripping so hard she will have glow sticks and she will just be like going banana sandwiches in the middle of that joint. Every show, there's always one. Telling you.
All right, man.
Oh, but anyway, we got some big games going on, so get your bets in. We have college football, Ole Miss, Alabama. Nothing gets any bigger, realistically, except for maybe Arkansas, Georgia, plus Florida, Kentucky. I love Kentucky at home getting 8.5 points against the Gators. I love the dogs this weekend because I love Ole Miss plus 14 and the hook against Nick Saban. Kiffin's playing with house money. Matt Corral's playing the quarterback position better than anybody in football. Bryce Young and that Florida team, I mean, Bryce Young looked great, but that Florida team in the second half down in the swamp looked a lot better against Alabama, came down to a 2-point conversion. Again, I don't think Florida's as great as people think they are. I think Kentucky drops them this weekend, and you're getting 8.5. And I think Ole Miss keeps this bad boy close. I do think Bama may be pulling this bad boy out late. But, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Lane Kiffin is the first coach under Nick Saban to come out and beat Lord Saban. Also, Georgia, Arkansas, this game scares me so bad because the 18.5. You look at Arkansas outside of the first half against Rice, first 3 quarters really against Rice. Because the fourth quarter, they just scored 21 unanswered, had 2 pick sixes. It was a crazy, crazy game. They came back and covered that. But since then, Arkansas just waylaid Texas. Then they took care of Texas A&M. Now they got a chance to just go they got all the house money. They get to go and play Georgia. I think Kirby Smart has a lot of pressure. Yes, Jordan Davis and that defense are awesome. But Kendall Briles, what he's doing with KJ Jefferson, the stable running backs, what Sam Pittman's done with that offensive line, and Barry Odom has that defense flying around the football. I love that. But tonight we got some action. Did you know we have some actually serious action? An undefeated Maryland, number 5 in the country, Iowa. Iowa was only a 3-point favorite. Gabe, will you touch this game, or are you too scared?
If I had to play one side, I'd play Iowa minus the 3.5. I think I'm a little too scared. I think I'm going to stay away from this one, just because Maryland's a decent team. Talia Tagovailoa looks pretty good with Mike Locksley, some familiarity there. And that Iowa offense, while they've scored some points, has just not been very good. Alex mentioned it, 1.7 yards per carry in that last game against Colorado State. They haven't thrown the ball well with Spencer Petras. Need to see more out of him. So I'm a little scared. If I was going to lean one side, though, because of that Iowa defense, I'd probably take Iowa minus the 3.5.
Do you think last trip to Tulsa, do you like the Golden Hurricanes to just basically golden shower all over Houston's face tonight? Because I'm telling you, you got a team that's won one game. The only team they've beaten is Arkansas State. They also lost to UC Davis. But guess what? They played Oklahoma State at their house. 5-point game, had a chance to win that bad boy. They had to go to, the shoe and play Ohio State after they lost to Oregon. They got beat up. But they've seen seriously, seriously talented weapons. They've played pretty good in Houston. Man, I just don't believe anything about Houston this year. What about you?
I'm not there with them. And here's Dana Holgorsen has been an embarrassment at Houston. From what he did and quitting on his team, and what was that, 2019, to just generally speaking, his record there. Did you know he's 10-14 at Houston?
Hey,
they were mad at Major Applewhite for having a winning record there and getting to bowl games, winning 7 and 8 games a year. And Dana Holgorsen is 10-14 in his 3 years.
Will he ever shave off that last 3 hairs that he has across his head?
I am in no place to speculate on such matters, Johnny.
All I know is if I played for his team, I would have a bet, who's going to go by and, just snatch those last 3 little hairs that he has that he pulls over his forehead in the day. Tonight, take Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. It was 4.5 yesterday. It's down to 3.5. They drop Houston like a bad habit. A lot of great games in the NFL as well. Don't forget Paramount Sports Lee Sterling, 800-400-9741, or go to ParamountSports.com. Ted, do not touch the Tennessee game. It looks like a trap. And you know why, possibly? Do you know Julio and A.J. Brown, they're out, baby. Not playing this week, according to the Titans. And you know who you're also going to have to take? Listen to me on this one. We're riding with the Rams. The best game of the week is the Rams and the Cardinals. I'm going with Matt Stafford. For Gabe Kuhn, I'm John Harden. Everybody,